Hi, everyone. I'm Lawrence. Nice to meet you all. I would like to start by first having you guys briefly introduce yourselves. So, your names, how long you've been in China, and so forth.
My name is Doug Perez. I've been in China for 2 years. I've been stuck in Wuhan for the past 2 weeks because of the coronavirus.
My name is Benjamin Wilson. I've lived in China about 16 and a half years. I have a Chinese wife and a daughter here, and been in quarantine now for 3 weeks. And getting kind of crazy, stir crazy.
Hi, I'm Charlie Barker. I've been in China for 11 years now, and I'm in Suzhou, China, which is 75 kilometers west of Shanghai. Basically been locked down and confined to the home since the 23rd of January.
First question is, how are you guys all doing right now? Because, we're all here in China, and I mean, it's Corona all the time on WeChat. It's a mess. And you guys are, the two of you here are at the epicenter in Wuhan. So how are you guys, how are you handling this? How are you doing? Like mentally?
Well, we've stocked up on a lot of food. And I think what drives me crazy more than anything is, like you said, my phone is just inundated with news about the coronavirus. And sometimes I just have to put the phone away and just not see it, just to have a second to kind of breathe, because it's nonstop and we can't leave the house. So we're really glued to our phones, and it's challenging. Psychologically, it kind of drives you crazy.
Understandable. And how about you? Like, how are you feeling, Douglas?
Honestly, the first couple of weeks, it was kind of a normal Chinese New Year's almost. It felt like Chinese New Year's 15 years ago, where everything closed down. There were no people, empty streets, empty markets. You stocked up on food because you knew things were going to be closed and prices would go up. But maybe like the last 5 or so years, more places have remained open. Cities a bit more lively than in the past during Chinese New Year's. But this year, with the quarantine and right at the beginning of Chinese New Year's, everything just shut down and everyone was staying home. And so obviously we didn't go meet family. We're not having dinners and socializing and doing the things we normally would. But a lot of it kind of still felt eerily familiar from the past. And like Doug said, pretty much glued to our phones, trying to figure out what's going on. Then there was the whole evacuation for Americans fiasco, and coordinate and communicate with people and family back home, being 12 hours opposite time zone. It was just a lot of time on our phones and a lot of uncertainty.
My heart goes out to you guys, and that's why I think the whole world wants to hear your story and Douglas's story and everything. Charlie, so how's everything going for you? I mean, you're in China. You said you're in Suzhou.
Yeah, Suzhou is a city of about 12 million people, just west of Shanghai, and I've been here for 11 years. The big difference was this year. This broke just as the holiday was about to begin, like the day before. And normally the roads are packed with cars, and this year it was like a ghost town. Nobody went anywhere. And what's really strange is that all the cars are in the parking lots, but you don't see people. They don't come out of their homes, or rarely come out of their homes. I have a dog, and I have to walk them a couple times a day, and you'll see the other dog walkers out there walking their dog, but you don't see the people outside. I think times like these sometimes bring out the best in people, and it brings out the worst in some people. We've all seen some videos of some horrible acts of things, people doing, spitting on doorknobs and things like that. Yeah. But, when this first started, I didn't have any mask at home. I work in medical research, so I could have carried my lazy behind to go get some, but I was, it didn't faze me too much. But I was walking my dog, and then a few minutes later, they come knock on the door, and people bringing me masks. Okay, my Chinese neighbors were bringing me masks to wear.
Wow.
And so it really kind of tough. They brought me a pack of masks and tell me, oh, you got to wear this. Okay, and so it also brings the best out in people. Okay, and so you got to experience a little bit of that. I met Doug by this going on. I was asked to go into the Wuhan group and to talk a little bit because I've got a background in infectious disease, and then a friendship developed. He knows I've rage quit some groups because they just keep putting bad information out there, and I can't take it.
well, like you said, it brings out the best in people, but it also brings out the worst in people. And oh my God, there's some real keyboard warriors. People are going to war on WeChat.
Every point, even though you're producing, peer-reviewed scientific literature, they want to argue about it.
Yeah. A lot of misinformation. And that's a whole nother side to all this. Misinformation has went just as viral as the virus.
It brings up the point, they have the 1984, but actually this is more like Brave New World. We're just inundated with so much information that you can't tell what's true and what's not.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm getting every day, and I don't know what's true, what's not, and they're going through all the different groups. So, I mean, here in China, for our viewers at home, maybe they're not too familiar with WeChat, but just real simply, it's how everything is done in China. It's how everyone communicates with their friends, their coworkers, pay your bills, literally do everything. It's all on WeChat. It's like one super app. So when they're talking about groups and whatnot, we have groups for, anything you can imagine, for your city, for foreigners, for work. There's hundreds and hundreds of groups. So yeah, they're all inundated with stuff. So I'd like to ask you guys, so you mentioned masks before. What steps are you taking to protect yourselves?
Whenever we go out, I have a whole procedure. I personally wear kitchen gloves, always wear at least a surgical mask. And, then we go out, very careful not to touch anything, very cognizant to keep 6 feet away from any other people outside. And again, like the others, I walk my dog. I have to do that. So that's pretty much the only time I go out then, to walk the dog or to get groceries. Then when we come back, it's a whole decontamination process. Take off the gloves, spray things down with alcohol and bleach, take off the mask, never touch my face, wash my hands for at least 20 seconds, hand sanitizer sometimes, even wipe my eyes with alcohol. It's a whole process.
Wow.
It really is. It's exhausting.
It's pretty much the same procedure I described for the Wall Street Journal. And
maybe that was you.
Exactly. Yeah, that was me.
Oh.
So.
Wow.
You don't recognize me without the mask and the raincoat on.
Right. So things are the same as they were as you reported in the Wall Street Journal?
Yep. Exactly the same.
All right. So,
and, now we've had some sunny days. So, I'm always taking my stuff outside, putting it in the sun, trying to disinfect it that way as well, a little more naturally. And then I've got another set of clothes. I actually started rotating. I added another set of clothes to go out in, and a different jacket just to be extra safe, a little more caution. Never hurt anybody.
Absolutely. Can't be too safe, right? So I want to ask you guys one of the big questions. Why the heck didn't you guys go back to America a week and a half ago when they sent out a charter plane from the American, government for you guys to get on and get the heck out of there? Why didn't you leave?
Hi everyone, please follow our channel, like our video, and give us thumbs up for the YouTube. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.